starting with cents per mile, otherwise known as basic mileage reimbursement. This means pairing a driver's submitted mileage directly to a basic per mile rate. Most of us on the call have done this most likely in the past, if you've ever visited a client or ever done a work run. So a driver might submit mileage, every mile is then multiplied by a per mile rate, done, very easy. So this strategy is really ideal for an occasional driver or someone who just hops in their car once in a while to visit a customer or run like a work errand, for example. Why? Well, cents per mile is best suited for those who are driving under 5,000 miles per year, okay? This would be considered low mileage or casual drivers for all intents and purposes under the guidance of the IRS and how their publications can be navigated, okay? So that's really how you pair effectively this program to mileage. That's because most companies who use this approach also use the IRS standard mileage rate, which in 2024 is 67 cents per mile. It's really typically updated annually. What that means is the IRS has essentially said, okay, United States, the national average cost of driving across America is 67 cents per mile. That's average New York, California, everywhere for that time period. And companies can then pay up to this rate per mile and be permitted to pay no tax on this exchange. Okay, so really this is best suited for an occasional casual driver. It's really quite simple. It really packs in every potential cost they could be putting on their vehicle across fuel and depreciation. It does very, very much average that out across the states. And when pairing this per mile strategy with effective reporting tools and simple mileage capture methods, reimbursements can be 100% tax-free, and there's really no laborious effort for your drivers on the road if they're using things like a mileage capture app. Now, when we creep over that 5,000 mile mark and we start to see what we consider high mileage, the ROI, the fairness, and the fit of this approach becomes a little bit more questionable. Now, the IRS standard rate doesn't take into account the frequent fluctuations of living costs, such as maintenance and fuel in different specific regions. It's not geographically sensitive. It doesn't take into account the impacts of things like depreciation. So as you drive more, there's no element to consider how much you drive. It's not tiered by mileage bands by any sense. So it's really just that. It's just a national average. This means that some drivers will get way more than they need as they rack up mileage. Some people I've seen take home like $46,000 a year in cents per mile reimbursement when they're using the IRS standard rate. And others might take home way less than they need because the costs of their area are so high. So that's the challenge with this rate. It's great. It's very well calculated for the occasional driver, but for our daily road warriors, the people who are driving all the time, field sales and field service representatives, it really does over and under deliver because it's not really designed to be used in every situation. And that's why different options exist.